Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's the REKAP Lunch Hour with Guff, me, Ryan McGuffey, brought to you by our fine partners at Hooters, originalhooters.com for 11 Chicagoland locations. Happy Tuesday. Loving it, man. It's a much better day. We're feeling better. That's what the beauty of baseball. The beauty of baseball is there's always a game tomorrow. And that's what we have. We have a game today, and both sides combine for 27 runs and have two great wins. First, the White Sox, shortly after we signed off yesterday on the REKAP Lunch Hour brought to you by Hooters. They went out and dominated the Twins 9-0. Martin Perez, 6 no-hit scoreless innings. And then the Cubs open up the Sacramento ballpark, the minor league facility out there, which that's a whole debacle. They blast open for 18 runs. Carson Kelly becomes the first Cub to hit for the cycle since Mark Grace in 1993. Crazy. A lot to love. Kyle Tucker, clearly the superstar the Cubs acquired. He hits his third homer of the season. What's going on, Eli? Jordo, last night, Cubs win 18-3. We're talking about it now. Yeah, first place White Sox. The 2-2 first place White Sox. Most importantly, the White Sox get their second win, which they didn't do last year until their 11th game. They were 2-9 when they got their second win. They are tied for first place. They have a plus 14 run differential, which is fun because it's like the second in the AL only to the Yankees right now. And their offense has had 2 big games and 2 terrible games. So that's what we have there. Oakland, take that, says Jordo. Clyde, good afternoon. You ignore me about my final. Clyde, stop telling you I ignored you. How about these Sox starters, Guff? How many more innings do you think the streak lasts? Great question to my guy, Eric Munt. The White Sox starting pitchers haven't allowed an earned run in 23 innings pitched this season. It's insane because only 4 teams in the history of baseball, 4 in the history of baseball, have done what the White Sox rotation has done. Today, Shane Smith makes his major league debut. One of the great stories of White Sox spring training, a Rule 5 pick. I don't know. The way the Twins are playing, they're 0-4. Sometimes it's about when you get teams, folks. And the fact that the Twins are kind of sputtering out of the gate. And the White Sox collectively, like, they could be 4-0. Probably should be 3-1. But let's be honest. It's going to take a lot in order to overcome last year. But I like a lot of what's going on. Will Venable yesterday, I can't remember who didn't get a bunt down. I think it was Amaya. And then the next pitch did a double steal. I'm like, okay, I'm seeing it already. I'm seeing the benefits of a guy who knows what the hell he's doing. Landon says, breaking news, REKAP Beer Money Live debuts this Friday episode outside Wrigley Field, sponsored by Provasic. Happy April Fools. Guff, yes, happy April Fools to everybody. Kyle, happy Tuesday. Such a great performance by the Cubs all around. That cycle was awesome for Carson Kelly. Let's keep the momentum going tonight. Go Cubs, go. Fly the W. I mean, how about needing a triple as a catcher? And then he hits a ball deep to center field. The center fielder goes up to make a play on it. It hits the wall and then caroms to the right about 50 feet, allowing Carson Kelly, not the fleetest of foot, to get into third. Matt Rooney, you ignored me too this weekend. I never ignore you, Matthew, and I'll make it up to you. I promise. Becky, that was an awesome game for the Cubs last night. How about that? The last year's division champion Brewers are now 0-5 after getting smoked on in their home opener by the Kansas City Royals. The Cardinals lost a game, and all is right with the world for one day. That's what I was talking about, Becky, yesterday. We came in here all fired up and pissed off. Oh, the Sox did nothing. The Cubs blew a game. Everyone's fired up. And with the exception of the way the Bulls played last night, which was pathetic and embarrassing, and I know the 62-12 Oklahoma City Thunder or whatever they are a dominant team, but the Bulls never got off the bus, and here we are. Erica says that Cam Smith-Kyle Tucker debate sure has aged well. Yes, it has. I'm telling you. And I was saying this on the radio with Bruce Levine when I was doing Inside the Clubhouse on The Score. Tell me when I'm supposed to worry, okay? Tell me when I'm supposed to worry about a guy who has been one of the best players in baseball, who's 0 for 17 in spring. Because guys like that, as long as he's taking his at-bats, that's all that matters. for guys like that. I expect to win tonight and the White Sox to win another double sweep. Good afternoon to the real Phil Simms. Did you order the torpedo bats for yesterday? Asking for a friend. How about the White Sox hitting 3 home runs in a game that at one point during first pitch felt like 28 degrees? Pretty good stuff. Tucker feels good in a Cubs uniform. Just to put that in perspective, folks, I want to read you Kyle Tucker, who's hitting 323 with 3 bombs, 10 hits, 10 RBI, 6 runs. I mean, this guy's doing it right now. He leads all of Major League Baseball right now in hits, in doubles. He's tied he leads the National League in RBI, and he leads the Major Leagues in total bases. Kyle Tucker leads the Major Leagues in total bases, hits, doubles, plate appearances, at bats, and he leads the National League in RBI. I think we could put it all to bed right now. I wanted to talk about why I picked Florida for the Final Four. Hey, Clyde, plenty of time to talk about that, my friend. I know I ignored the Final Four today. We had a lot of other stuff. People are talking about the teams that matter in Chicago. We got plenty of time to talk about Florida. Solution, says Godfather. Win by 15 every day. You don't have to worry about the bullpen. Shaw's first home run. Amazing. Kevin Warren's comments at the owners' meeting sounds to me like the stadium is going to be in Arlington Heights. We're going to hear from Kevin Warren in just a moment. Let's keep ripping down these comments. Speaking of ripping, here's Lip Ripper. Every time I bet on the White Sox, I lose money, but they win. Maybe if I keep it up, they make the playoffs. It's one of those, do you bet with your head or your heart? I kind of have a rule about that, but sometimes I get sucked in. I don't mind losing the under yesterday. I mean, quite frankly, it almost didn't hit. I mean, the Twins going 0. Probably going to lay that tonight again. I'm hoping. I haven't even looked, which means clearly not my bet of the day today. The White Sox total, but it's 7.5 again. I don't know, with a guy making his Major League debut. I love Tom Ricketts, says Godfather, followed by April Fools. OD, everybody, what's up? Bears over under for wins this year is currently at 8.5. Like the over, but I'm a foolish diehard. Yeah, I'm not a big win totals better. I just the payoff to wait to the end, unless there's true value there, I find other ways to make my money. Now I just need Kyle Teal to come up. Eli, you're going to have to wait a little while, my friend, because that isn't happening just yet or anytime soon. Kyle Tucker will be a great Met next year, says Rooney, and it's hard to actually think he's wrong on that. Phil Ricketts, better not screw this up and pay Kyle Tucker. I mean, I'd honestly go to Kyle Tucker sooner than later and just be like, here's 10 years, $400 million, and see what happens. Look at what the Red Sox did yesterday with former White Sox Garrett Crochet, 6 for $170. Good deal for both sides. How about them Cub catchers? They are definitely doing some damage at the plate. You're talking about a 9-hitter yesterday hitting for the cycle. Eric says, I still have Duke winning it all this year. Good bounce back win for the Cubs. I guarantee the Bears Stadium will be in Arlington Heights after Warren's press conference this week. Again, we are going to hear from Kevin Warren here in a second. Miguel Amaya only hits doubles. Carson Kelly is better. Carson Kelly is a veteran and been in the big leagues for quite some time. A really good dude, good interview. Have a chance for another Chicago parlay that pays plus 524. Woo! How about that? I don't hate it. Is that a hockey one, though? Do we have to put the Blackhawks in there? No, the Blackhawks don't play. All right. So we're going to go, let's see here. White Sox, who are plus 140. Cubs, who are minus 132. Where are you getting that plus 524? I get plus 321. Where are you shopping at right now? Spread that around. Props to Kyle Tucker. Haven't seen a trade acquisition get off to such a hot start. Wait, do the Bulls play back-to-back? Oh, they do. The Bulls got a back-to-back plus 534. Interesting. I kind of like that again. Props. Haven't seen an acquisition get off to such a hot start since Tomey in 06. Many other NFL franchises don't play in a city they represent. Well, I totally agree. Kyle, I've been saying this for a while. There's over a dozen teams that don't play in the city. Garrett Crochet got the bag. You know Jerry wouldn't come out of pocket. Probably not for that. Hard Rock in Florida. I'm here at FanDuel plus 534. Bulls, Cubs, Sox. I think we got to do it now, Lip. We put it out there. Why wouldn't we do it? Who's Carson Kelly? Did you say cycle? Yeah, catcher. Used to be the Cardinals' top prospect in the organization a long time ago. I asked him about the pressure of that as he was coming up behind Yadier Molina. Jess, I wasn't sure if the lunch hour was going to be delayed because of the Warren presser. Well, I'm here for you. I'm going to play the Kevin Warren sound. He was on Pro Football Talk, and I want to play that because everyone, I know what everyone's out there talking about Kevin Warren, and rightfully so. We've been waiting to hear whether or not what the Bears are going to do with the stadium. So he was on Pro Football Talk this morning on NBC Sports, and he was discussing Arlington Heights versus the Lakefront. Let's hear from Kevin Warren, who was on with the guys earlier this morning, and then we'll talk about it after this.
All right. The one thing we've talked about a little bit, and I'm interested, is the stadium project.
Right.
Hit us on that a little bit and where we're at.
Yeah, the good thing about it is, one, is that we continue our conversations with the city of Chicago.
Yep.
I've said it many, many times that piece of land along the lakefront is absolutely beautiful.
It is.
I understand all the dynamics. I understand the politics. I understand the cost of it. And then, fortunately, back to George and his leadership and my predecessor, Ted Phillips, who I'm grateful for, they made a very forward-thinking decision right before I started. That was the piece of paper that was on my desk when I walked in my office in April of 23, is that they purchased 326 acres in Arlington Heights.
Right.
This land is absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's a great piece of land. Today, ironically, is the mayoral election in Arlington Heights. So we'll have a new mayor in Arlington Heights sometime by tomorrow. We are the largest landowner there. It's a wonderful piece of land. So I'm really excited for these next couple months. The museum campus is a little bit smaller. We'll have a small mixed use, but Arlington Heights, you're talking about being able to build almost a small city with hotels, housing, to be able to do something in that part of town.
Like that, yeah, okay. So you can really build a community around it and do it that way.
Is it down to Lakefront, Arlington Heights, one or the other, or are there other options that are still percolating? Because I know you've talked to other communities in the area.
Yeah, we've talked. I mean, the interesting thing about it, there are not many spaces that can really handle a stadium, and so it is really down to the museum campus somewhere downtown in Arlington Heights, and so I'm interested. I'm excited about the new mayor in Arlington Heights, and again, being the largest landowner, we've made a lot of progress there with all the tax certainty that we've been able to get.
So there you go. There you have it. To me, it's very clear, and you're welcome, Jess, had that ready to go. It's very clear that the Bears are going to Arlington Heights just from that clip alone. That's why I wanted to play it for you guys to hear, because to me, I've been saying literally for the last 9 months, this is a non-starter for me. I could give a damn about the lakefront property. I really could. Other than the visuals during a football game, does it really matter that they're on the lake? Honestly, if I owned the Bears, I would want to own the stadium. All of the back and forth with the Chicago Park District throughout the years, and the back and just the turf and how crappy it is, and not having like concerts and bringing in that money, that to me, non-starter. I don't even think Soldier Field's a great experience. It's a terrible fan experience. It's horrific to get in and out of, both parking and walking to and from the train. It sucks to watch a football game. The Wi-Fi, the fan amenities, the bathrooms, the concessions, it all sucks. And quite frankly, I'd punt on Soldier Field happily. They did what it needed to be. It was fine for 20 plus years when they did the renovations in 2001. That property in Arlington, every time I drive by it currently, I'm bummed that it can't be Arlington Park, because I used to love going there with my family, with my kids. So now you have an opportunity to make that Soldier Field, the new Soldier Field. Who cares if it's not in Chicago? It's going to be better for fans to get to, both from the city and from the suburbs. The parking, the train, you already have a stop there. To be able to build a community around there, the bar and restaurant experience, the tailgating, everything's going to be better. And the stadium's going to be able to, you're going to own the stadium and going to bring in events for everybody around this town for years to come. Final Fours, concerts, Super Bowls, experiences that no one in the city has ever had before. No flippin' brainer. I think what Erica says, the tailgating experience, Soldier Field's a nightmare. Arlington Heights has to be the plan, says my guy Al. Yeah, they did a good job using Chicago like the Sox used Tampa. Yeah, that's the thing. You already have infrastructure, as Jess says here, that goes there. I used to take the train to Arlington Park and laugh about how easy it was. They already knew they were going to Arlington Heights, Guff. You don't invest that kind of money and resources. I agree with you, Phil, but real estate, as we all know, is one of the, if not the best investments you can make. Okay. Breck says you just want an Arlington because it's closer to your home. Happy April, Guff. He's not wrong because he also wants it there. So when he comes over, we can go up together and it's an easy in, easy out. And we can start our experience at Libation Station at Edison Park. Aiden, possibly a WrestleMania in Arlington. Imagine that for all of you for all you grapplers out there. Most importantly, the Park District is no longer a hurdle for Jess. Amen. That playing surface, other than being spray painted green, sucks. And players have complained about it for years. Lip Ripper. They should build the horse track too. Need the ponies run again. Miss the ponies there. Breck Bear's been there. Breck Bear's been to Arlington Park back in the day when we were betting ponies. It's a damn good time. Now let's make it Soldier Field and let's make a blast out of it. Build a ton of stuff around it. Thomas going back to Carson Kelly, no doubt about it. Eli, all I care about is to have a good stadium. I can watch Caleb Williams and play. Eli, that too, right? Let's just go out there and put the best playing surface available to our players. The Scrolls. That's no exact. What does Soldier Field have? I know the Scrolls comes in here usually and throws a bomb and walks out. But there's no culture at Soldier Field. Sox are going to prove the haters wrong. I appreciate you, Justin. I know you're diehard. Let's just pump the brakes and enjoy what we're seeing right now. Love the Arlington pony races, says Breck. And so do I. And so did I should say. Hey, what about Hooters? Right? We love going there. We were at Hooters O'Hare just a few weeks ago. One of the 11 Chicagoland locations. If you're looking for one near you, originalhooters.com. The $6 cocktails all day are too tempting not to stop on a busy, nice, brisk day, maybe a sunny, warm day, have a $6 cocktail. It's the best place. I went there and watched the tournament. The Final Fours this weekend. You want to go to Hooters, find one of those 11 Chicagoland locations at originalhooters.com. If you want to get food to go, pick up, take out, say hi to the iconic Hooters girls, order.hooters.com, place your order, pick it up. And if you want to go watch a game, what's better than cold beer, chicken wings, and the iconic Hooters girls? originalhooters.com. Proud partners of the REKAP Lunch Hour here with all of you and you fine folks. Young Sue has this fetish for Cap FaceTiming. Does he not? I have to call you out on it, Young. You love it so much. It's literally the comment between you throwing that out there and Clyde saying I ignore him every day. I don't know who takes the cake for the most predictable comment by a person on this show. You guys are both in the running. You're going to have to elbow your way out of each other's way to figure out who takes the cake. Robert, I just want the Final Four national championship here in town. That's why I want this. See, Robert, I like this. I like the take that it's not just about having the Bears. You want the other experiences. And so do I. I think it'd be amazing to be able to take kids and families to Super Bowl Village during the entire week, even if you don't have tickets to the game. We know that the tickets to have that experience, to be able to take your families to those things that you usually have to go to New Orleans or Houston or Miami for. I think that would be fantastic. Same with the Final Four. Hawthorne is a dog track at this point. I know. Look at you, Clyde, coming over the top rope, telling people they've done things wrong. Had to hear it all year. If they are good, you guys need to give credit. Velasco, trust me. I've been out there. I'm going to be out there plenty this year at the ballpark. You will hear it right here on the White Sox Recap podcast as well. Happy for the Sox, says Jess. Hope Jerry doesn't decide to up the ticket price because of 2 wins. Pump the brakes. Everybody's stop being so bitter. Enjoy what we got. All right? Enjoy. Let's come on. I know we're being fun. Thomas coming. Thomas hitting with an elbow. Clyde, you better be careful, man. Better be careful. People are calling you out now. Clyde, you should be an English teacher. Got that spelling on lock. Spelling was not a strong suit. Clyde, be careful, man, when you call people out. Look at all these comments. The most predictable comments are Clyde's spelling corrections. What would we do without him? How far is Arlington Heights from West Rogers Park? Well, Eli, to all my friends, who including my guy, Clyde, if you do this beautiful thing, like go to Google Maps on your phone, and then you could just type in West Rogers Park, okay? And then you can hit directions and say, we're going to Arlington Heights. And you know what happens? You get a 43-minute drive. Okay? Eli, I'm here for you, man. I'm here to help. Not only that, eventually we could get the college football playoffs here too, or like a permanent home for the Big Ten title game, that kind of stuff. Like, I think it stinks that the Big Ten title game's in Indianapolis. Personally, at least rotate the damn thing here. Are the Bears still putting a shovel in the ground this year? Ira, fair. That's what Kevin Warren had said when he first got this job. Shovels in the ground by 2025. Clyde's picking Florida for the Final Four because their lineup has 5 players that are 6'10 or taller. One is 19 and 7'9 and 305. I picked Florida to beat Duke, but I'll be honest with you right now, I think Duke looks like a very, very tough out. Bears' new stadium will be in Chicago. Mark my words. Swayze, you want to have a friendly wager on that, my friend? Swayze is the only one that's not liking the idea, I think, of Arlington Heights. A lot of bitter beer faces. Jess, Eli's about, oh, look here, Jess, look at you. Look at Jess going with the pace two-way bus. I love this, man. You guys, you seriously make me laugh every single day. Guff makes most of the Bears season ticket holders live in the northwest suburbs anyway, so Arlington Heights makes the most logical sense. Bears fans are everywhere. South, north, east, west, like, they're everywhere. Everyone has to make a commitment. Some people are going to be pissed because it's, I live in the South Loop, or I live in, Indiana or whatever. And then there's going to be people who've been doing that from the northwest side for a long time, or from Wisconsin. Build the stadium, and I guarantee the complaints will stop. Yeah, I know I used to use Google Maps, but I'm not in the country at this moment. I know. I think you're in Jerusalem, if I'm not mistaken. College baseball question. Have you been to the College World Series? I have not. I've heard it's an absolute must. I'm putting it on my my sports bucket list for sure. And certainly I want to go to that bar where they have the competing each school's competition for most shots, I think, ordered during the week. Crazy. It sounds like it's one hell of a party. Breck Bear, maybe we should schedule that as an outing just for shits and giggles. Velasco outscoring opponents 19-5, 074 teamer. Velasco is so jacked up. I think he's in his White Sox boxers right now. And I've been there before with you, my friend. I get it. I understand. It's been 4 games, though. Okay. What they've done has been awesome. They're playing 2 bad teams. They're also a bad team, but I like where they're trending right now. I like Arlington. I just think this is a work. We have Rickettsville. Now we need McCaskieville. Every place I was ever stationed, us Chicago fans always showed up. Jerry, who's in more of a panic mode, the Twins or the Braves? Probably the Braves, because there's expectations there. I've said this to Cap yesterday. I wonder how long the Twins go. Like, if they start off 2-12 or something, does Rocco Baldelli survive it? He's been on the hot seat before. I just want to comment on Chicago sports with you guys. It hurts you ignore. I'm like, we don't ignore you, Clyde. I don't know what you're talking about. Sometimes I think you're joking, but I really don't think you are. The shots counter is electric. Lip, I'm assuming you've been there. Breck, you're in. Let's make it happen. We got to schedule something anyway. We got to do a lunch hour with me and Breck. Talk about off the rope. Whew. Velasco is currently in his White Sox box. I love you, man. I tell you, it's just a great spot. Waiting to see if the Sox can keep this up against competent teams. You can only play the team on your schedule today. They got the Twins. Keep knocking them on the ground. Hey, Clyde's out here fixing people again. I don't drive either. Okay, Eli, we got you, bro. We got you. Your dad lives in West Rogers Park. The Astros were bad this time last year when the Cubs played them at Wrigley. They swept them. Great point, Becky. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's 4 games. And in the Cubs case, it's 6 games. Right? No, 7 games. Cubs have played 7 games. Kyle wants to know if you got your lady some Jordan Jet Swayze. The Cubs offense definitely won't be a problem. Of course, we know that. All right, let's do our bet of the day. Yesterday, we kind of bounced back, didn't we? So this tournament that we laid the Boise State game on yesterday was they took it off the board later in the day. They took it off the board. It was crazy. And I was looking to bet the Georgetown Hoyas, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? They took the CBC games off the board. The exact same. Here's why. Because the CBC is the first ever tournament where the winning universities get paid more to win than the losers in the tournament get. These games had to be approved in some states with some books and were not submitted for approval by some of the books. So Kings and FanDuel took it down. Circa honored it and took the bets. I bet it on FanDuel yesterday. Boise laying 8.5. They won by 30. So hopefully you got that bet in and cashed that puppy, because we won going away. I've bet UC Irvine before here. Okay. I bet you the bet of the day, the Bulls, White Sox, and Cubs are going to win. We're going to get to that here in a second. Time to get more fun coupons. I'm going UC Irvine. This actually is going to be a dogfight. North Texas is trying to win 2 NIT titles in the last 3 years, but their coach just accepted the West Virginia job. And while I know that's kind of like, let's go out a winner, UC Irvine's 31-6, and with the exception of San Diego saying, hold my beer, they would have easily danced into this tournament. There was some talk that they might get in, even on Selection Sunday. They were just on the outside looking in. They're 19th in KenPom defensively. I think UC Irvine's committed to putting a banner up in that gym. I thought about the money line here, but because of the minus 106, which is little to no juice, and you're only getting plus 105 on the money line, I'll take the 1.5. I'm going UC Irvine tonight at Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, where the NIT has moved their semifinals and finals, an iconic gym. Loyola playing in a semifinal against Chattanooga as well. This could be fun. You like the over 128.5, Lip. I'm glad I didn't put that on there. I would, that number's so low in what we've seen in college basketball. I actually like the under. I think both teams are going to struggle to score and punch each other in the mouth, not literally, figuratively. But the Chicago parlay, we're going to do it again, folks. Plus 534, the Chicago parlay. All right, I'm going to put this together. Chicago parlay is going to be, hang on, I'm putting it together. Chicago parlay. So we're 1-0 in Chicago parlays. Bulls, we're doing Bulls money line, Cubs money line, White Sox money line. I got it at plus 534. That's what we're going to do. Shop it around. Here's our Chicago parlay. Bulls, Cubs, White Sox, plus 534. If you played the first one the other day on Thursday last week, you got some leftover funds to move around and throw it in here. Chicago parlay. Bulls, Cubs, White Sox. We're going to try to go 2-0 in the Chicago parlay here. Plus 534. $10 wins you $53.40 to do the quick math. There it is back again. Sox win. There's your bet. Velasco, that's a plus 140. That's nice juice. I like it. Kyle likes the Ramblers tonight. If you were trying to bet that game, you all should know at this point, if you live in Illinois, can't make that happen unless you go to an actual book. Throw $5. Yeah, cup of coffee on the Chicago parlay. You'll buy yourself a week's worth of coffee if we hit it. It's going to take some maneuvering, but it's going to be, what I like about it is we got early action, late action. Cubs don't start till 9. We're going to know early. The Sox are 6:40 starts. The Bulls, I believe, are 6:30. So the Bulls and the White Sox will be, the Bulls are at home. They're at 7 o'clock. So we had 6:40, 7:10, and 9. So if we can get to the Cubs game, oh baby, do we have some action going tonight. All right, so really good stuff. To recap, we're going UC Irvine is going to be the bet of the day. The Chicago parlay is going to be our fun recap lunch hour Chicago-based bet, okay? And might be able to hedge based on the Cubs start. Exactly, Lip. I think you're damn right on that. Bulls, Cubs, Sox. Do the Bulls bounce back after a pathetic start last night? Kobe White didn't play much of the second half. They're going to be fresh in some ways. A lot of the bench guys played, so we'll see what happens. All right, to recap, the Bears look like they're headed towards Arlington Heights. We really like the 27 runs combined in the Cubs and White Sox games last night, and the Bulls should have stayed on the bus and come home and gone right to the United Center to get some buckets up because they got the Toronto Raptors tonight. This has been another edition of the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff. Me, Ryan McGuffey, here in our Recap studios. You guys have a great day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. For Katie, for everybody here at the Recap, I'm Guff. We'll be back tomorrow. Let's cash that plus 534 Chicago parlay. That would be awesome. Let's cash another one. That'd be 2-0. 2-0 in parlays, folks. Don't get us hot. Don't get us hot. And go UC Irvine down in Indianapolis. You take care as well, Jess. For all of you guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Need another giddy up half. Hopefully, we don't need to get to the half court madness of Josh Giddey. Let's have the Bulls run away and hide. Have a great day. We'll do it again tomorrow. It's the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff, brought to you by Hooters. See you tomorrow.